Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1927 Underwood No.3 vintage desktop typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. I don't think I've ever seen one with this color. It looks like it's professionally painted over the original paint, possibly for military. I don't know if back in this time that the military was using this color in the 20s, but it's very unique color. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you load the page in straight, and I like to line it up with this paper finger on this left side. This is also adjustable, and you want to make sure that you adjust those with the length of a page so it fits right in, threads right into the page, threads right in between those, and also the margins, which are located up front here. So this is your left margin, that's your right margin, and I'm gonna put that, it's about good. So we got, and there's a scale right here to tell you exactly what space you're on. About 10 and 85 or so. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit the slide space, gets you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, you just flip the switch down. 1, it skips 2, 1 more, it skips 3. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. And as you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in the next line. This is one of the most popular models of all time. Dominated the market. Comes in 3, 4, and 5 models. The difference between the 3 and the 5 is the size of the carriage. The number 5 has a 10.5-inch carriage, and the 3 has anything that's wider than that, but the same amount of characters on the keyboard. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here above the knob. You just flip it down, and it unlocks the rollers underneath the plat, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back up before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. And the difference between the 3 and the 5 are basically the same except for the carriage size. And the difference between the 4 is the 4 has less characters. So this one is going to have some fractions and the @ symbol and stuff like that, and I don't think the 4 has those. So this is basically an upgrade from the 4. Up top here is your color selector switch. Right now it's on blue, which prints the top portion of the ribbon. If you flip it to the right side, it'll print the top portion of the ribbon. Right now we have a solid black ribbon loaded, so it doesn't matter. But you can double use a solid black ribbon just by changing that. And if you have a black and red, the red's on bottom, so that would print. The vibrator just goes up higher. That would print the bottom portion of the ribbon red. Got a shift on each side and a shift lock on the right. To clear that, just hit the left shift button. A backspace on the top left works good. And the tab key on the top right. Tabs are located in the back and they're manual. And you just push them down and move them like this. And then it locks in to the teeth. And if you're not using if you're not using all of these, you can just move them all the way to the end. And so right now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. I'll show you from this side how it works. You hit the tab. Okay. Let's put some oil on that, and we'll do this in real time. This little pad here helps it drag, so there's no oil. There we go. So if you have one of these and it's not moving, then you can just add some oil and it'll slide. There you go. So it stops at each one of those tabs, and that works good. You push this back down to the left. And if you want it in the middle, which doesn't print anything, there's a little switch up top here, and you just move that and it locks it in the middle. So that it doesn't print any ink, but it does hit the paper and it makes an indentation, and you can use that to copy, and that way you don't have to waste any ink. What else do we got on the keyboard? Nothing. This is your ribbon ratchet. So it also controls the direction of the ribbon. So if you push it in, it'll pull to the left. If you pull it out, it'll pull to the right, and you can wind it. All the brand new ribbons loaded on this right side here, so we're going to push that in so it pulls to the left. And carriage release, very smooth. Carriage release is on the front on the left side here. Works good. And this little lever, if you flip it up, it'll disable the spacing when you turn the knob, so you can get to an exact spot on the page when you flip it down. Each one of those clicks is a space, and the same concept when you pull this little knob out, disables the spacing. Push it in, get those clicks, each one of those clicks is a space, and that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.